So welcome to the course on refrigeration and air conditioning. So in this video, we are going to study the basic principle of vapor absorption system, then simple vapor absorption system, practical vapor absorption system, single effect, double effect, and triple effect VAS, and hybrid refrigeration system. Let us start with introduction. Introduction: refrigeration is basically the process in which heat has been removed from a space or the region to be cooled, and we are maintaining the temperature in the space or the region lower than the atmospheric temperature. Now, VAS means vapor absorption system. The name indicates that vapor is basically absorbed in the absorber. Okay, like in vapor compression system, vapor is get compressed. Here, vapor is get absorbed in the absorber. Here, we are using a heat energy, that is a low grade energy. Either it is a waste heat or the solar energy for heating purpose. Okay, natural refrigerants we are using in vapor absorption system like water and ammonia that are environment friendly. Here there is no compressor, so there is no noise here and wear and tear. So the compressor is replaced by absorber, generator, a pump, and the pressure reducing valve. So simple vapor absorption refrigeration system, it mainly consists of the absorber, then generator, then condenser, and the evaporator. Okay, so let us start with this absorber part. So in absorber we have a mixture, or we have a solution of ammonia and water. So ammonia is having a water is having a strong affinity towards the ammonia vapor. So the water is basically absorbing the ammonia from the evaporator, and here we are getting a solution, that is NH3 plus ammonia, that is known as the aqua ammonia solution. Now one more thing is that when this absorption takes place, its temperature is get increases. Okay, so at higher temperature the absorption capacity is lower, so it is necessary to circulate the cold water through this absorber in order to maintain the temperature of the absorber as low as possible. Okay, so that the absorption capacity of the water, it should high. So we are maintaining the temperature by circulating the water here. Okay, so the strong aqua ammonia solution means it consists of maximum quantity of ammonia vapor and less quantity of water. That strong aqua ammonia solution that get pumped with the help of the pump, and then it get entered in the generator where we are supplying the heat in the generator. So temperature of the solution get increased in the uh, generator. Okay, whereas the pressure of the solution get increased in the pump. Okay, so this high pressure NH3 vapors get entered in the condenser, where the condensation of the refrigerant takes place by rejecting heat to the environment, and we are getting the liquid ammonia. Okay, so whatever the here we have a water plus ammonia, but ammonia vapors is basically flowing in the condenser. The weak solution which consists of the ammonia, less quantity of ammonia and maximum quantity of, or high quantity of the water that get flows back. Okay, so it is, there is no role of water after generator. Okay, there is a specific reason behind that. If you allow that water to flow along with this NH3, then in the condenser what happens, the vapor ammonia get converted into liquid NH3, but while doing that, the water that may get freeze on the in the condenser. So if it get freeze, means there is a formation of ice, and that is basically not desirable. If you allow this water, then there is a formation of the ice or the frost, and that may cause the choking of that line. Okay, so it is not desirable to pass this water along with this NH3. So that water is get, or weak solution is sent back to the absorber. So this liquid NH3 get entered over the throttle wall. It is basically the expansion wall where the expansion of the refrigerant get takes place, and then it get entered in the evaporator where by absorbing the heat from the space or the region, then the evaporation of that refrigerant get takes place, and we are getting the low pressure NH3 vapor. So this low pressure NH3 vapor get attracted by the water in the absorber, and it get absorbed in the absorber. Okay, in this way the simple vapor compression refrigeration system works. Okay, but it is having a practical limitation, and the performance of the vapor absorption refrigeration simple vapor absorption refrigeration system is very low. So it is necessary to use a practical vapor absorption system in industry on in real practice. So in practical vapor absorption refrigeration system, we are using an analyzer, okay, and rectifier. So in simple system, what happens? Uh, there is a possibility to pass this water along with this ammonia. Okay, so it is not basically desirable. So for that purpose, we are using an analyzer and the rectifier here in order to send back that water to the absorber. Okay. One more thing is that the weak solution that is coming from the generator that we studied in the simple system, that solution is having a significant amount of heat. Okay. That heat we can utilize for heating of the strong solution that is coming from the absorber. By doing that, we are improving the coefficient of performance of the system. So in between the pump and the generator, we are using the heat exchanger here. It is mainly used to recover the waste heat. Although this heat going along with this weak solution, that is not desirable in the that is not required in the absorber, because if you do that, then the absorber temperature is increasing, and at higher temperature the affinity of the water to absorb this ammonia vapor which is lower. Okay, so we are basically recovering that amount of heat. Then by using this analyzer and the rectifier, we are passing this water vapors to the generator and to the absorber. Then rest of the things are, that is condenser, receiver, that function we already studied in the simple system. One more thing is that we are adding one more heat exchanger in between this evaporator and the expansion wall in order to improve the coefficient of performance. So if you compare the simple system with the practical system, here we have used the two more heat exchangers, analyzer and the rectifier. By doing that, we are improving the coefficient of performance of the system. Then popular refrigerant absorbent pair. In vapor absorption system, we are using refrigerant. Normally, it is ammonia, and absorbent, which is a water. But there are few systems are there, or few applications are there where we want the temperature of the system temperature requirement of the system more than 0 degrees Celsius. In that case, we can use water as a refrigerant and lithium bromide as the absorbent, particularly in air conditioning application where the requirement of the temperature is above 0 degrees. Okay, and one more popular pair is the ammonia water. Ammonia is used as a refrigerant and water is used as the absorbent. This is basically used in the refrigeration applications. Okay, then the single effect, double effect, and the triple effect vapor absorption cycle. In single effect cycle, we have seen absorber, generator, condenser, and evaporator and heat exchanger. Whereas in double effect system, we are using a two condensers and the two generators. Okay, and in between that you can see there is the exchange of the heat takes place. Okay, this is basically used to improve the coefficient of performance. Okay, then in triple effect vapor absorption cycle, we are using a three condensers, that is high temperature condenser, middle temperature condenser, and low temperature condenser. Likewise, we are using a three generators. Okay, and mainly what we are doing here in condenser, basically we are rejecting the amount of heat. So that is basically the waste heat. So this waste heat is basically used to heat the aqua ammonia solution in the generator. So by doing that, we can improve the coefficient of performance. Okay. Then hybrid vapor absorption, hybrid vapor refrigeration system. Here mainly we are using a two or more fuel or the energy usage. The hybrid system captures best of both gas and the electric uses by installing an absorption system in parallel with an electric vapor compression system. Okay. So here we have a both vapor compression as well as the vapor absorption system. In a typical hybrid system, the electricity driven chiller takes advantage of lowest time of use cost during off peak hours. Okay, and absorption chillers is basically used as the primary source during the on peak hours. Okay, with the vapor compression chiller used for the remainder of the load as needed. Okay, so this hybrid vapor refrigeration system is basically take the advantages of both vapor compression as well as the vapor absorption system from the economical point of view. So I hope that you understood the working of vapor absorption refrigeration system here, and single effect, double effect, and the triple effect system. Then the popular absorbent refrigerant pair and the hybrid vapor refrigeration system. Okay. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.